Oh my God. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama says he's back for the Tyson Fury Trilogy. He will be wearing a costume or a uniform.
We have to see what I put on. It's gonna be something special.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. Wilder says he will be wearing a uniform, some sort of costume, again in this fight with Tyson Fury. ESPN, they have the direct quote captured. It says, nobody comes out with a better uniform than I. We're going to continue with that. We'll just have to see what I put on is going to be something special. Now, because online can be rather tricky. And here's a look at some of Wilder's previous costumes. This look raw. He looked like Voltron or, some Marvel character. Now, online can be tricky. Sometimes people quote stuff and it's not entirely true or it's not the whole truth, whatever. So I want to give you guys the actual quote from Wilder so you can hear out the horse's mouth. Make sure we all checking out.
And Deontay, my other question for you is just, have you decided what, if anything, you're going to wear into the ring going into this fight based on what happened in the before the last fight?
Yeah, I'm gonna, all my fights have, since I became champion, there's nobody come out with a better dress, better uniform than I, and we're gonna continue to continue with that, and we have to see what I put on. It's gonna be something special. It's gonna be something that I dedicate this, to my people, my tribe, So look forward to seeing it.
So he said he dedicates it to his people, to his tribe, and it's definitely something he's not going to abandon. Now, the reason this is important is because his last fight was his first professional loss to the same guy, Tyson Fury. After the fight, there was this big ordeal from old media regarding Wilder, and some people were suggesting that he was making up excuses for why he lost and his suit was too heavy and things like that. Listen, I'm going to keep it simple. I think Wilder, when he first lost, he was processing everything. But as time went on, he started to investigate, him and his team started to investigate the Tyson Fury loss, and they seen that Tyson Fury, oh my God, that Tyson Fury has a history of cheating, and then they started putting puzzle pieces together. So that's it, no more, no less. So he's looking at what, in my opinion, Wilder was looking at what went wrong, how he felt. But at the time, in real time, he probably didn't know why he felt a certain way. But then when he kind of put all the puzzle pieces together, he started to look at it like, okay, I was feeling weird after I took this drink, blah, blah, blah. Because imagine if you start feeling dizzy or light on your feet, or he said he felt like a zombie. Imagine that. Imagine going through that. You're not going to immediately know what happened. Like, let's say you went to a bar and somebody roofied you. All you know is that you're violently ill, or you're throwing up, or you blacked out and you woke up. It's that simple. You're not going to know what happened or what caused it. But then if you patch together the story, then you might be like, oh, okay, ever since I took that second drink from that guy, boom, boom, boom. So people turned this out into this big production and said, oh, the suit was too heavy, and they try to ridicule Wilder. And I can't wait for October 9th, because I think a lot of people are going to be made to pay, because the Deontay Wilder, I don't think the Bronze Bomber came to play. He heard the commotion. He's seen what people were saying, and he looks like he's trying to get Sophia back in a major way. And I think it's going to be a bad night for Tyson Fury. I believe Tyson Fury cheated. I've been on record saying that. I've given you all of my rationale, all of my reasoning, and I got some special videos. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I'm the best doing it for the latest and greatest in boxing. This right here, this channel, this is your one-stop shop for all of your boxing needs. I cover everything. My name is Ego. I've been doing it for several years. So appreciate you guys. And hit the likes. Throw a like on this video, because at the end of the day, I don't know how you guys found the video, but somehow, somewhere you did. This will help others who are looking for similar content find this content. So don't be selfish. Hit the like button. As far as the costume, I'm not mad. I think Wilder, whatever went wrong in the last fight, I think his team has studied. I think his team has regrouped. And brilliantly for Wilder was the amount of time that Wilder had from the second fight. Because initially, this fight was slated to happen in July, and the first fight happened very late February, almost March, and this was in the year 2020. So based on the pandemic to me was a gift and a curse. A gift for Deontay Wilder, but a curse for Tyson Fury. I strongly believe that. So it was a gift for Deontay Wilder and a curse for Tyson Fury. Here's why. Because in those moments, when you see people turning on you and saying, oh, suit's too heavy, and Wilder, you're done for, and you'll never be a champion, and you see all the commotion, all the chatter, and who's really in your corner, it's those defining moments where you get to recalculate and whittle down your team. He's already made some cuts to his team. You get to whittle down your team and see who's really rocking with the squad and with Bomb Squad. And at the end of the day, that's a good thing, because a lot of people are here for the ride if you're doing well, but then as soon as you fail, deuces. And I think Wilder was able to utilize his team. This is an older picture. He looks like he's in career best shape, and he put on muscle, but he's still lean. He still looks fast. He still looks angry. He still looks aggressive. It's just like a souped up Wilder. You know what I mean? Like, he's looking brolic, but he still maintained all his other attributes. They say on a fighter, the power is the last thing to go. So I'm not worried about his power one bit. I think his power is his power, and that's going to continue to exist. But mentally, he was given almost that vacation. And I'm not saying the pandemic, because I know the pandemic, some people lost their lives and it's been real rough for some people. Some people lost their jobs, etc. So I don't mean a vacation like this is, we're in great times. But again, gift and a curse. I think it's a gift for Wilder, because that added time allowed him to acclimate to the game plan, the new game plan with a brand new trainer. He's working on different things. He's sparring with Robert Helenius, who just got a great knockout before the pandemic against Adam Kaunacki. Look, you can see his six-pack. I think that's what they're highlighting and showing. You can see his six-pack through. He seems to be in crazy shape. So the added weight, even though it's probably frustrating at times because Tyson Fury and his team caused all of it, it was probably worth it because he's been able to get his program down pat. Now, the reason I think it's a curse for Tyson Fury is because Tyson Fury, I don't think he's a disciplined fighter. I think Tyson Fury is a junkie, and at the end of the day, he's not disciplined. So Fury, I think he was playing this game as long as he could. And if you remember, directly after the Wilder win, he was doing these workout videos with his family in the living room. That's been done. We haven't seen him doing that. I don't even know if he's training at this given moment. So I'm not worried about Wilder's costume. I see a lot of people hating, and we'll see. It's literally less than 2 weeks away. We'll see. I think Wilder pulled out all the stops for this. And if you're counting him out, I think you're making an egregious mistake. I really firmly believe that. I think you're making a huge mistake because I'm picking him to win. I'm picking him to win in a huge statement. And it's just funny because he says he's still wearing a costume. He looks to be like the regular Wilder. This is the regular Wilder we have always known. He's laughing. If you watch the Camp Life special on Fox and stuff, inside the Wilder Fury 3 camp and all that, you watch the shoulder programming, you look at his Instagram, he's on the four-wheelers, ATVs and stuff, and he looks like he's enjoying life. It looks like life is good, and life is, I'm tremendously blessed. I feel so good and rejuvenated at this given moment. I want all my people, right? But meanwhile, Tyson Fury, he looks out of shape. And the irony in this whole situation is you have a lot of people with old media and they're on the verge of eating crow. A lot of people on old media said Wilder can't learn. When Fury sounded like last year, outside of myself, you couldn't find too many people picking Wilder in the trilogy. They said he's done for. This was before he started posting all the training videos and looking like he was in monster shape. Now, let me connect the dots for you. You couldn't find many people outside of myself, you know, and Artman, shout out to my guy Artman, who were picking Wilder and really rocking with him and feeling that Wilder would win in the trilogy. But then as time went on, he kind of came out the shell and showed you what him and Malik Scott have been working on, and he was brolic and he was looking good on the mitts, and it looks like he's learning. You guys were listening to Tyson Fury say, oh, you can't teach your old dog new tricks, and boom, 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 Wilder, I got me his mojo in me back pocket, and he can't beat me. And this inactivity has hurt Tyson Fury, and I think that's gonna show October 9th. So I'm not really worried about Wilder picking the costume. He knows what to do. He knows what went on in the last fight and why he felt how he felt and things like that. A lot of people, you know, said he was making excuses. Now, let me touch on this, since the whole Wilder's making excuses crowd, this is the whole irony. You had people said Wilder, for the second loss, he made a ton of excuses. Fast forward to the future, look at the top stories on Google. It says Eddie Hearn says that Tyson Fury doesn't look ready. Look, the fight hasn't even started. Now talk about excuses. So how come the same people that said that Wilder was an excuse maker are now, look, 13 hours ago, Eddie Hearn, Talk Sports, says Tyson Fury doesn't look ready to face Wilder, right? Hearn doubts that Tyson Fury is ready for the Wilder trilogy 13 hours ago. Tyson Fury doesn't look ready 20 hours ago, right? Eddie Hearn predicts Tyson Fury not prepared. Oh, well, that's his fault. If he didn't prepare for arguably the biggest puncher in boxing history, then he's a fool. He's a fool. He had plenty of time with the pandemic and all the pushbacks that he caused. If he didn't plan, that's on him. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest. Use my link in the description to get TubeBuddy if you want to make money on YouTube. I'm out. Do you want more content? Make sure you follow my socials on Twitter at Boxingego and Instagram at Boxingego1. Yeah. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.